look at how to organize Twitter to make it more manageable. If you're like me, when I first got onto Twitter, it was overwhelming. I had no idea if someone could have posted something that would have changed my life, changed my world. I would have no idea because it might have happened at the middle of the night and I never would have seen it. You can see there's just a ton of information, especially once you start following people and looking at certain hashtags. And I've shown you before how you can search for certain hashtags. I can search for COL chat, so culture of learning chat, in the search bar, and I can get anybody that's posted to that hashtag. I can click on latest to see what the latest things were. But this is clunky and cumbersome. You can also go to your lists, so you can create lists of certain people, and keep your technology list away from your education list if you want to. All right, you just create a list over here, give it a name. I'll call it name, and I'll save it. And then you can just start adding people to it. All right, so that's another way you can organize Twitter. But I wanted to show you the way that I organize Twitter is through an app or website called Tweetdeck. So tweetdeck.com. And when you first come to Tweetdeck, it'll ask you to sign in and connect your account, your Twitter account. And what Tweetdeck does is it allows you to set up these columns based on certain credentials. All right, so I have these different columns, and I'll show you how I make these, but let me collapse this. This right here, this home column, is exactly what I see when I go to Twitter. So let me go back to Twitter real quick. And so this looks the same as this. All right, this next column I created, if I go over to the plus button on the side here, I can add a column based on a user, a specific person. So if I wanted to make a column just to see what, let's say, Chris McCaffrey posts, I could search for him. And I could say, you know what, anytime Chris McCaffrey posts something, I want to see what it is because he really posts great stuff. All right, and so now I have this column here of all the stuff that Chris McCaffrey has posted, right, all the way on the right. Now I'm going to remove that because I don't need it. But you can do the same thing with hashtags. So you can create a column based on some kind of search parameter. So let's say I wanted to search for, I'll do COL chat again, so culture of learning. And what that's going to do is it's going to make a column. And by the way, I can adjust these columns. I can move them around to different spots, so they show up in different spots. But I'll just grab this little bar here. This is what everyone's posted to COL chat, culture of learning. All right, so you can continue to make these columns based on certain hashtags to kind of organize your different feeds, I guess you could call it. And so I'll have one for COL chat with culture of learning. I might have a column for Google Apps for education. I might have one for a conference I'm at. So this was the conference for ISTE in 2017. The hashtag was ISTE 2017. ISTE 17. But what happened is some people started using ISTE 2017 as well. And so I don't want to make two columns, one for each of those two hashtags. What you can do is click on the settings here, and where it says content matching hashtag ISTE 17, you can put where it says matching, and then do hashtag ISTE 2017. And the beauty of that is it'll now bundle both of those hashtags together. So now you can see I have someone that posted to ISTE 17, but here you can see Alice posted to ISTE 17 and ISTE 2017, sorry. So now I'll get both of those tweets. So it's a great way to follow a conference. All right, and once the conference is over, you can just click on the settings and go to remove to kind of keep all these columns organized. All right, so you can kind of get a feel for how I use this. I have a hashtag for Minecraft, one for the hashtags we use within my district, and one for colleagues. So I put my colleagues in a list, and then I was able to add that list as a column. So if you wanted to add a bunch of people to one column, you would first make a list in Twitter and then add that list as a column. All right, I have my standards-based learning and culture of learning chat, and also something else in here. failing forward and inquiry hashtags, education hashtags, mathy ones, and Google Apps ones. All right, so that's how I use TweetDeck to organize, help me organize Twitter.